another episode of J&J's Photo Art Marketing Cafe. I am one of your hostesses, Joanne Hennig, one of the founders and curators of photoartpavilion.com. I'd like to take a quick minute to introduce business partner and cohort, Jessica Limpin.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I know we're all so busy, and for you to carve out 30 minutes to join us, we're truly thankful to be able to share our tips and tricks with you and to give you a little bit more information, but also to spend a moment with you. I do want to say that Joanne will have the presentation for today. I'm going to have a couple of pro tips at the end, and if you can, save any questions for the end. We will do a Q&A, and you can also put your questions in the chat as we go along, so at least you don't forget the question, because I know, just like my brain, I will forget as we move on. So we have a lot to go over, so Joanne, if you don't mind, let's get to it, and we'll start the journey.
Yep, let's get to it. So I also ask that you mute your microphones just for this portion of the presentation. And if you have any questions, feel free to type them into the chat room. We will get to them at the very end of this presentation. I don't have any fancy slides for you today. I just have my face. So hopefully that will suffice for keeping you engaged, and also the subject matter. What we're going to be talking about today are strategies for selling your art online. In today's digital age, the online marketplace offers artists an unprecedented opportunity to showcase and sell. Hello, to showcase and sell your art with a global audience. And that's part of the appeal that Jessica and I had when we started Photo Art Pavilion, was the global opportunity, the global audience. And today, what I'm looking to do is equip you with the knowledge and skills that are necessary for you to navigate the world of online art sales, and to help you delve into some strategies, platforms, and techniques that can help you effectively display and sell your art online, and also to grow your art business. And that's really what I think we're all in this to try and do. We want to grow our art business. It's not an easy thing to do in a rocket ship format, but we do have to put in some time and effort, and a little bit of effort each day goes a long way. I call that, it's a book I've read years ago called The Compound Effect, but a little bit building on it each day will then bring you to some really fruitful experiences down the road. So initially, we have to consider what the advantages are of selling your art online. Obviously, for me, it's always been the convenience and the accessibility. The online market eliminates geographical barriers and makes it easier for artists and collectors to collect and connect art in the transactions on a global basis. So it's easy for the artist to find buyers, the buyers to find the art to be visible, to have meetings like we're having now on Zoom, where you can connect directly to an art buyer and showcase your artwork directly to them in that fashion. There's many, many, many opportunities that the online market will present as an advantage to you. And it's something that you should always keep your mind open to as far as how you can take advantage of it. The cost effectiveness of selling art online is huge. Displaying your art for sale online is a cost-effective alternative to traditional brick and mortar galleries. Think of the reduced expenses. What does it cost to produce, deliver, and hang several art pieces in a gallery? I know for me, a typical piece that I would put in a gallery would usually be a 16 by 20 or a little bit larger, or 12 by 18 maybe. But then I have to have it matted, framed, glass, all of that, and then have it hung on the wall in a gallery. Typically, galleries will not allow you to have more than 3 to 4 pieces in their gallery. When you add up the cost of that, it comes to a lot of money for a small space that's going to be displaying just a few of your art pieces. And then what extent of eyeballs are you going to get on your art in a brick and mortar setting? It's generally very limited to a very small area. So the cost is high and the exposure is low. So I find that the cost effectiveness of the online market space is much, much better than the brick and mortar market space. We also have the ability to enhance visibility. Digital marketplace offers you unprecedented exposure and visibility to a broad audience, including potential buyers, galleries, and other curators. So there's going to be, with all of that, those advantages right there, there's just a few, but I'm sure if we dug deeper, we could find a lot more advantages. But we want to be able to see that from those advantages, we're going to create some opportunities for you, right? So the direct artist to buyer connection is a huge opportunity. On those of you that are with the Photo Art Pavilion storefront, an art buyer can directly connect with you via direct email, all your social media accounts with just one click. All of your storefronts have that information right on the top of your storefront page. So the power of the online platform, like a Photo Art Pavilion as an example, can facilitate direct transactions between the artist, the buyer, and the art. You could also reach niche markets and targeted audience with the digital platform and the online market space by using social media filters such as groups, hashtags, or tagging to directly connect to a specific niche and connect with passionate collectors who share your artistic vision or image subject is an easy way to go in the digital marketplace. For example, if you happen to be heavy in black and white art photography or national parks or abstracts, agriculture, florals, wildlife, whatever, you can easily find groups on social media platforms that specialize or are kind of unique to those elements of photography. So if you join in those groups and you post your artwork into those groups, you're going to have an audience that's very receptive to that style of art. Also, utilizing hashtags brings eyeballs to that style of art. Same thing with tagging. If you happen to be a fantastic wildlife photographer, why not tag Wildlife Magazine, U.S. Field and Stream, or some of those areas in your posts so that they see your work, and there's then becomes a potential for you to be included in their publications. So always thinking ahead of reaching that niche that your art represents. You also want to be able to collaborate and network, and the digital online community provides that for you pretty easily. So within the online art community, you can foster connections and open doors to new opportunities pretty easily. But it's entirely up to you to where you want to take your art business. The collaboration effort and the networking effort comes from you reaching out. So if you happen to, let's go back to the wildlife and the Field and Stream magazine. If you happen to see something on the Field and Stream post feed that you like, there's nothing that prevents you from posting in their stream, adding your tags, sending them a direct message, and it may be even reaching out to them directly with connection to you and to your art. So the online art market space definitely gives you the opportunity to collaborate and to network your art in a broader audience than it does coming from a traditional click and mortar space. When we're working in an online digital format and we're trying to market our art digitally, we have to be considering the types of trends that are out there with online marketing. Most of you have heard of NFTs. I've heard of NFTs. The emergence of NFTs is a trend, and it has impacted the art market, including opportunities and challenges. And I underline challenges with that. So I would say to you, as these trends come on board, NFTs as one example, do your research, see if the NFTs setup is something that's right for you. If it's not, move away from it. Don't get yourself bogged down in something that A, you don't understand or you don't think fits your art. That's not what it's there for. It's just a trend, okay? Virtual galleries, virtual exhibits, that's also a very hot trend. That's been going pretty hot and heavy since COVID, maybe a little bit before, but definitely got very strong during COVID. Digital display and sales platforms, just like Photo Art Pavilion, have changed the way art is being exhibited and experienced. The PAP platform, along with PAP virtual exhibits, provide immersive virtual environments for showcasing your art. So art buyers are into these virtual galleries and virtual exhibits. They get to experience seeing art on a broader scale, not having to go to the Museum of Art in New York City or travel to Washington, D.C. They can see these art pieces directly online. So you may find the convenience for you as the artist that the digital art presents, but also understand that for the art buyer, these digital platforms are really, really great for them too. They love these virtual galleries, virtual exhibits, especially in the post-COVID era. Digital marketing environment remains very, very strong. Now, I know a lot of you are very focused on social media and other digital marketing techniques. Very important if you have an online digital storefront. But the ever-changing realm of social media and digital marketing is what has provided us at Photo Art Pavilion with many topics to present to you each month during these J&J cafes. The role of social media platforms in promoting and selling art is very important, yet social media platforms are also very oversaturated. So you must work at delivering fresh and engaging content regularly to make any sort of impact in the social media world. So Photo Art Pavilion provides effective digital marketing strategies to enhance your online presence each month during these cafes. We also send out marketing calendars, as some of you who are connected with us know. We also offer, as a side note, a 4-week one-on-one marketing consulting service. You can contact myself or Jessica for that. We also write monthly blogs for you. You can contact Jessica or myself for that. We also will write your monthly direct email newsletters for you that send directly to your audience from you. So you can contact Jessica or myself for that service. But as a reminder, we record these marketing meetings topic by topic. So they are free. They're available on our YouTube channel. So please go ahead, take a look at that, Photo Art Pavilion's YouTube channel. It'll keep you current with what the digital marketing trends are, because we do, Jessica and I, see what the trends are. We research them, we dig deeper into them, and then we deliver that information to you. So, make use of that free content whenever you have an opportunity, especially if you're trying to build your marketing plan, which we'll get into in a little bit. So the future of the online art market, what does it look like? Well, who the heck knows? I mean, we think we have an idea, but for certain, there's tons of technology advancements and innovations that come to the forefront of the online market space on a fairly regular basis. New technology developments are going to reshape the online marketplace very quickly. We see it happening already with AI. If you're using AI for basic stuff right now, I mean, I know we make use of it here and there for drafting blog posts, for newsletters, image descriptions, keywords, hashtags, and anything else that goes into content. The AI tools are extremely helpful, but at the same time, you have to be careful that you're not just taking something off of an AI bot and using it as your own. Make sure that your content comes from you as well. Like, you can get the ideas coming off of AI. They can draft some of the outlines of what it is that you're looking to say in your posts, in your newsletters, or in your image descriptions, but just make sure that you always put the element of you inside of that content, which is important. But use AI when you can. I think it's a great tool, and I can't wait to see what the future of that is going to be. So we also want to say in the future of online marketing that as AI is developing and growing and giving us more tools to reach our buyers, well, aren't the buyers evolving as well along with this process? Well, they definitely are. So you should always be considering, when you display and sell your art online, that the buyer's preferences will change as the online market changes. So just in the back of your mind, keep your eyes open to what it is that the buyers are looking for, and always be ready to meet or exceed any buyer's expectations, because after all, they're the ones that are going to keep you in a successful fashion. The emerging markets and the global opportunities are great potential for growth and expansion in the art markets around the world. So don't forget, there's obviously platforms like Photo Art Pavilion, as others, that can facilitate international collaborations and sales. We want to be considering that always. How far do these platforms reach? So I want you to look at these platforms. I don't want you to just look at Photo Art Pavilion, but look at these platforms, evaluate the different online marketplaces and galleries for displaying your art. So it's important that you have certain things within these platforms available to you. Things like your brand, your name, is that prevalent in the presentation of your art? There are categories that fit your art. Image titles, are they bold and searchable in the databases? Image descriptions, size options, print mediums, connections to you, connections to your social media accounts, your personal blog, other marketing support. Is the platform affordable to you? What are your expectations? These are just some of the questions that you need to answer when you're going into marketing or putting your art online. And then what are you doing to meet the expectations that you put forth for yourself or for the platform that you're a part of? What are you doing to help meet expectations? Remember, with Photo Art Pavilion, we expect those that are utilizing the website to take an active role in marketing their art. We do what we can to market the collective art platform. We do what we can to market you guys and gals individually, but at the same token, your efforts put behind it are very, very important, which is why we're doing a J&J Café today on the art of selling your art. Okay, it's important that we work together. You want to make sure too that your work is prepared for the online market space. You want to be uploading clean digital files for display in your online storefront. So when you're presenting your artwork in the best light, any potential buyer will be able to make an emotion, will be able to take in emotions that you are attempting to convey through your photography. And I feel that very firmly. I feel like a photograph, an image that we create and we put forth for sale has an emotional element to it. And I also feel that the connection between the artist and the buyer is a heart-to-heart connection. So be very mindful that you're uploading clean digital files into your storefront. Having a great title, a great description, and details for each art piece is really essential, not only to capture a viewer's attention, but also to capture the attention of the search engines. Okay, just remember, search engines don't read pictures, they read words, they read content, which takes me back to the AI element. Make sure you're utilizing everything you can to put together great image titles, great image content in your social media posts. Make sure you're utilizing good hashtags, marketable hashtags, and marketable tags. All of those things make a huge, huge difference when it comes to marketing your art online. You also want to be able to, in your online sales platform, showcase the dimensions and variations of sizing and mediums for each of your art pieces. You want to be able to give that potential art buyer a choice, because choice is a good thing. But I caution you, don't go overboard in the choice department. It can be a deterrent. If you give an art buyer, you bring them to your page, you finally get them over to your page where you're selling the art and you've got 1,000 things going on, they get confused, they get flustered, and they go away. So when you're looking at putting choices out in front on the online market space, make sure that the choices are somewhat limited. And you could have a tagline there that says other options available upon request or something like that, that keeps the art buyer open and engaged to working together with you. So as you're doing your marketing, you want to make certain that you have developed a consistent branding and visual identity for your online art presence. You want to allow your audience to successfully navigate to where your art has a home, and make sure your name or your brand and your contact information are easily accessible. Buyers like to discuss large purchases with the artist. That typically happens with Photo Art Pavilion. Jessica and I, when we get phone calls from typically a commercial buyer, they want to talk about this purchase. So don't be afraid to pick up the phone or answer an email when someone's contacting you about your artwork. It's important that you have a conversation because, again, it's a personal, purchases of art, I feel, are very personal to buyers, to art buyers. So as I mentioned a little bit earlier, crafting compelling and engaging artwork descriptions that resonate with potential buyers, it really can't be underestimated. You have to put some effort behind your image descriptions. You can't just say, I took this picture in New York City. Doesn't cut it. You have to talk to the potential art buyer that's going to read these descriptions. Did you use a certain technique to process your images? Did you travel to a unique location? What other interesting elements about the image can you express in a well-crafted description? Remember, search engines read text. So it's important to write clear text that convey a mood and a uniqueness of each image. And make sure in your descriptions of your artwork that you're utilizing keywords and tags to improve discoverability. Remember, discoverability and the search engines put together is equal to driving traffic to your art. And that's really what this is all about. We want to be able to do that. So now we've done all the social media, we've got our artwork online, we're driving traffic over there. Now we have to ask ourselves, is my artwork priced correctly? Uh-oh. Typically, we get a lot of concern, I should say, from the artists that are with us on Photo Art Pavilion. They typically have a difficult time determining a fair and competitive price for their art. So I can't really answer it directly other than I know what my time is worth. And I think you have to ask yourself that question as an artist. What is your time worth? What are your production costs to produce such a piece? What are your shipping costs, your sales tax, your credit card processing fees? Can an average person duplicate your image, or are you producing unique, one-of-a-kind art pieces? All of these elements, I believe, go into the pricing of your artwork, for sure. Okay, so you have to take a little time to fully understand the pricing factors that influence art value and pricing considerations for the online market. Now, just because, and I ran into this when I was in the portrait business. I used to do portrait photography. And just because someone's out there charging $50 for a portrait session doesn't mean that that's what my portrait sessions are worth. Okay, what is my time worth? What is the end product worth? What am I delivering to this customer, to any of my customers, above and beyond what the person who's charging $50 is delivering? So always look at yourself in a very unique way. Always look at your art in a very unique way. And that's how you're going to price your art, in a very unique way. So sorry to be the one to break this news to you, but I think you get the idea by now that it is extremely important to promote your artwork online. So if you believe that an online digital space will sell your art for you, you will be mostly wrong. Not entirely wrong, but mostly wrong. At Photo Art Pavilion, of course, if we get contacts from art buyers and they want to buy your art, we will sell your art for you. But we also have to be looking at the fact that in our Photo Art Pavilion tagline, it's create, upload, promote, repeat. We do all the rest. See that tricky word in there? It's called promote. So the home for your art is a vehicle to facilitate any art sale. So you have to get in the habit of doing that promotion of your artwork on your own. You could be utilizing services like Canva to develop captivating reels, and Jessica's going to get into reels in a pro tip after I'm done with my presentation here. Canva can help you with your reels, your videos, any visual content that help you promote your art online. Are you putting direct links into your art in your marketing? You have to leverage your social media, your blogging, your direct email, digital marketing to increase exposure to drive sales. And a lot of that has to do with making sure there's direct links over to your art, whether it be in your artist profile, on your social media pages, whether it be directly in the social media posts that you're posting, or whether it be in your direct email campaigns or in your blogs. Driving eyeballs over to the art is critical, and that's a big, big part of promoting your artwork. So we've designed Photo Art Pavilion, which we feel is very attractive and user-friendly online gallery to showcase your art portfolios. But we've also taken Photo Art Pavilion as a to make it that it's optimized for mobile devices to ensure that there's a seamless user experience. So if someone opens Photo Art Pavilion, opens your storefront, let's say they're looking at Instagram, they're on their phone most likely. From Instagram, they're hopping over to your storefront. They're still going to be completely engaged because Photo Art Pavilion is optimized for a mobile experience. They can make purchases, art buyers can make purchases directly from their phone utilizing Photo Art Pavilion, utilizing anything in your storefront. So you want to make sure that you're aware of that. I want you to make sure that you're aware of that, and you could talk to your art buyers in that vein for sure. So as you're driving them over to your online storefront, is your portfolio up to date? Is your headshot and artist statement there? And is it current? Are all your social media and email links hot? Are they working? So if you have social media links, if you have social media and you don't have that connected on your storefront, and people can't click on your Facebook to get over to your Facebook very easily, you're hurting yourself. Okay, you want to make sure that those things are available. Same thing with that email link. I can't impress upon you guys and gals enough to make sure that there's an email link so that potential buyers can connect with you directly. It's important. Are you really filling up your categories with your best work, or are you willy-nilly uploading everything that you have in your phone and your computer? I ask you to be a little bit picky with your uploads and with what you're putting and presenting in your online storefront, because art buyers are picky too. So remember, there's going to be a first impression that comes along with your storefront. So make sure that your artwork that you're putting up on Photo Art Pavilion, or any platform that you're utilizing, that you are very picky with what it is that you're putting up there. So effective online art marketing and promotion is going to start with developing a comprehensive marketing plan for your online art business. As I mentioned earlier, there are plenty of J&J Photo Marketing Cafe videos on our YouTube channel that can help you build a plan that works for you. What you may want to do is head over to our YouTube channel and just go through all the videos, not to watch each one, but just look at the titles and the summaries of what they're all about. And if something resonates with you, just jot it down, because in building your online marketing plan, what I believe you ought to be doing is have a blank 30-day calendar in front of you and start writing down the things that you want to do on a monthly basis, and just sort of plop those things into that 30-day plan. And then as you're utilizing your social media for marketing and promotion, your direct email campaigns on a regular basis, your blogging on a regular basis, then you can dig a little bit deeper with that marketing plan and set it up so that you can have a clear plan of what it is that you want to do on a 30-day basis. And then you're going to stick to that plan month after month after month. Maybe on the 20th of every month, you send out a direct email campaign. Maybe on the 5th of the month, you're doing a feature of one of your favorite category. You're doing your all abstract art on the 5th. Maybe on the final day of the month, you're running a contest. Remember, whatever plan it is that you build for your marketing, for your success, you have to stick to it, because Rome was not built in a day. We know that for sure. So it's important that you build and maintain relationships with your art collectors and your art buyers as you're putting together this plan. This is going to help you build and maintain that relationship. The more a potential buyer or collector, family, friend, fan sees you, the more that you poke at them, the better chance you have for them to poke back at you, which is very important. You're going to be able to achieve good relationships by really providing exceptional customer service and foster that loyalty through that personal interaction. So the personal interactions, I think, really come from the direct email side, from the blogging. I think that social media is a little bit less of a direct contact, or it's not really personalized, but it can be, because as you start to get potential art buyers or friends, family, fan that are responding to your social media posts, if they're responding, then there's that opportunity to personalize that interaction, and you could do that quite easily. Simply, if someone writes on one of your posts, "Thank you," or write something about your post, just simply respond with a thank you. That's a simple way to interact with your audience. Okay, so we're doing all these things. We're building a storefront. We're uploading our art. We're making sure that our content that are on our image titles, our descriptions, hashtags, all of that is up to date and really swinging. Our artist statement, our headshot, all that's good. We're doing all of this stuff. We're sending out direct email campaigns. We're blogging. We're doing a lot of stuff, and we're not sure if all these efforts are worth anything. How do we do that? How do we find out? Well, you kind of have to go through a monitoring process. So remember I said that 30-day calendar of your digital marketing plan? I would put into that digital calendar once a week to go back and review your performance, review your analytics, review what's working, what images got attention for you from your audience. How are your direct email campaigns performing? Typically within your CRM services, you should be able to see how many people open your emails, how many click-throughs there were as a result of that email. If you're running ads or you're boosting your ads on social media, take a look at the digital analytics. So if you have that 30-day blank calendar in front of you and you say on the 1st of the month, I'm going to do this, on the 5th, I'm going to do that. Maybe it's every Wednesday, every Friday, every whatever. You're looking at your analytics and your performance tracking of what it is that you're doing. Because if you keep doing the same thing over and over again and it's not working, you need to move away from that and do something different. So keep that in mind when you're doing your analytics and your tracking. So we really just explored a whole lot of stuff, a whole lot of strategies, and a whole lot of techniques that are essential for bringing you closer to successfully selling your art online. I know within today's presentation, I could probably extract each topic and do a single J&J Cafe on each one of these topics, each one of these little bullet points that I've gone over. And we may do that. I think getting some feedback from all of you on what it is you may want further information on will certainly help us in the future for bringing you topics that you're interested in, that you need help with. And that's what we're here for. We want to be able to get you to the point where you're implementing these ideas that resonate with you. Okay, so that you're well prepared to navigate the online market space, that you're available and able to connect with the art buyers, and that you are able to build a sustainable art marketing system that performs for you in the digital realm. Remember, it's all about you. It's all about your art. I'm here, Jessica's here to simply provide you with some ideas to get your creative juices flowing. And then from there, we're a sidekick. We're here to help you. We want to work alongside of you to help you gain success in what it is that you're looking to achieve with your art. And everybody's vision is different. Everybody's vision is different, certainly. So I'm going to pass this meeting over to Jessica. She's going to offer a pro tip or two. And after that, we will do the Q&A. So please remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you could post some questions into the chat room and we will get to them in a short while.
Perfect. Thank you, Joanne. That was a lot of information. My goodness. I did want to add on to what you were talking about. And as our photographers, I mean, essentially we are entrepreneurs. You know, we are the sole person that can truly represent our art to an art buyer and so on, and make those connections. And as art buyers or art collectors, part of their process is usually connecting to that artist. So, you know, they'll do that through social media, they'll do that through any of your email marketing and so on. Like, they just want to learn your style, hear from you about the work and so on. So one of my pro tips is to make sure that you do show yourself in your social media posts and so on. People connect with people. I know when we had the physical location, a lot of the times I would hear about people who purchased a piece of art from us, and they were able to have their friends, families over, and they would comment about the work. And then now they're starting a conversation. So the more those art buyers have information about you or your style, your journey, they're able to add that information into their collection. And it really is great when people are able to connect with other people based on a sole piece that is hanging in someone's home, office, or commercial facility. And then also, you know, here I have a piece back here. So like just a simple hold up a small canvas if you have it, take a snapshot of yourself, throw it up onto social media. You know, again, people want to see you. I know we like being behind the camera, but people like to see us. I know it's awkward. I totally get it. I don't like posting myself anywhere as well, but that's just part of the process of really connecting with any kind of potential fan or fans, well, friends, family, and fans, the 3 Fs. So again, they just want to see you. Now, number 2, pro tip number 2. Instagram is still dominant when it comes to art photography. And yes, it's a very populated place when it comes to the imaging and so on. But you know what? It goes 2 parts. So Instagram, yes, it's definitely saturated. Social media is saturated. It is what it is. However, if you put 10 photographers, this happens in our workshops all the time. If you put 10 photographers in the same location, everyone's going to come back with something different, a different thing that they saw that you didn't see, and so on. So just because you see the same location does not mean it's the same as what you see online. So just because so-and-so is posting in your same neighborhood, location, and so on that you're looking to post, share it, because your audience wants to see what you're up to. They're not seeing that other person that you're connected with. They want to see your work. And the other thing too with Instagram is that utilizing reels is huge. I know we are still photographers. You know, our photos are static. It's done. It's a flat image. But if you're able to utilize Canva and add a little bit of motion and create like a little bit of a video, upload that as a reel on Instagram, it's organically going to get better results than a static photo or a static post. Reels is being pushed and basically favored by Instagram's algorithm. I know it's awkward. It's a video, we take pictures, but try it. You'll be surprised once you review your analytics, or at least your data within Instagram. You'll see that there will be an uptick as far as how many views you get, you know, people interacting with it, and so on. Yes, it's awkward. I get it, but try it. Put your face in there in the reel. 2 stones. Wait, what does that say? Anyway, whatever. All right. So the other thing is, as entrepreneurs, this is my last quick tip. As entrepreneurs, it is not always a steady upcline drive, if you will, when it comes to business. You're going to have moments where you're pushing forward really fast, and then there's going to be other times where you take a few steps back, and that's just the process. So sometimes when you take those steps backwards, just make sure you take a moment and really absorb why that's happening, and just proceed. Think of a new route, a new thing to put that energy in. You know, if you are feeling down because of your art, you're not hitting your goals and so on, take 5 minutes, let that emotion happen and move on. That's the business. That it is what it is. But it's what you do with that energy and that situation that's happening.
The video elements are they've taken hold. And it's a very good thing to add into your marketing plan. So take that 30-day blank calendar and say, well, every Monday I'm going to do a reel. Every Monday I'm going to do a story, something that puts that video element outside of that feed in Instagram that is just so saturated with art. Okay. All right. Well, I think that we're going to wrap this up today. Sorry, we took an extra 15 minutes of your day. Any questions you have that might come to you after the meeting, just please shoot us an email. We put the emails in the notes there, and be happy to talk to you guys about any questions that you have regarding this meeting, any other marketing issues that you have going forward. And also, if you have any ideas that you'd like for us to cover at length through these J&J Photo Art Marketing Cafes, we'd be happy to entertain that as well. Let's see, hold on, I have a couple messages here. Great stuff, thank you. You're very welcome, and you're very welcome. Thank you very much for your kind words. All right, so we'll see you next month. You'll get emails from us. We do record these meetings, so I'll have this posted up on YouTube. Hopefully by the end of today, and you'll be able to sort through it and watch it at your leisure.
All right, sounds good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.